Hey y'all, it's Marissa again with Columbia Cash on Buyers with Kimberly, our acquisition specialist. And today we are talking all about the buyer's market and the state of the market of what's happening in real estate. And it's crazy, but it's a lot of fun, as you know. So we are your buyers in Columbia, and we wanted to bring you any information that could be helpful to you in this crazy market that we find ourselves in. So me and Kimberly are going to share some information with you that hopefully helps you out and lets you know all about your buyers and what's happening. So Kimberly, what are we seeing with like the property types and what are people looking for? You know, what's going on?
Okay, so really the most important thing when it comes to selling and buying are going to be the property location, of course, and the property type. Everyone is looking for those three twos.
Yeah.
They are looking for locations where there are good schools. Those are the houses that are flying off the shelves if they're priced right. Close to work is another one, close to shopping. You've got to take all those things into consideration when you're talking about a strong real estate market.
Okay, yeah, that makes sense. What about condos and townhouses? What are we seeing on that?
Yeah, so condos and townhouses are picking up again in Columbia. The thing about condos and townhouses that you have to remember is that we need them in good locations, convenient. If they are a little bit off the beaten path, or if they have got kind of like a funky configuration, it's going to take longer to sell them. The other thing that we need to take into consideration when we talk about condos and townhouses are going to be HOA fees, because they always come into account when people are running their numbers, and the numbers have to work.
Oh yeah, always.
Yeah.
What about investment properties? That's a big one, is investment properties. What are we seeing happening with that?
Yeah, so as far as investment properties go, there are, massive amounts of foreign cash coming into the United States. That has certainly trickled into Columbia. We've got investors who are buying up properties in our area, but the thing that we have to remember is that sometimes people are pricing their properties kind of to try to see how much an investor will pay. But investors, you got to remember, they are always going to make sure that their numbers work.
Oh yeah.
And so if the numbers don't work, they are not going to buy.
Yeah, they
property.
pencil out those numbers tight, and if they don't work, they will walk away.
They will.
I mean, because they have the money and they want to spend it where they want to spend it. So that's important, you know. So financing. So it's interesting, we're seeing some things in the market about financing that kind of gives cash an advantage. What would we say to buyers about that?
Well, I know this is probably your specialty, because on my end, I am going to be acquiring the properties, and I know that you and I have had this conversation before about how are the banks behaving when it comes to people looking for mortgages and financing. What does that look like?
So what we've been seeing a lot of is with this current market is the interest rates are much higher. They're much more strict. They want higher down payments, and a lot of people can't do that. So, it's just a lot for buyers that they kind of have to go through and run those numbers. And sometimes they think they can get the financing, and then at the last minute, it drops the ball, and then they can't close the deal. So we have good news though, because us at Columbia Cash on Buyers, we're your Columbia buyer and we're your cash buyer. So when we say we're going to close the deal, we can make that happen.
That's
so
right.
Kimberly, what can we tell them Columbia Cash on Buyers can do for them?
Yeah, so we are happy to take a look at your properties. We will always pay closing costs and commissions on a cash offer. We will take the house in its current condition. Of course, we are trying to create a win-win situation, so a win for you and a win for our business. But we try to make it as easy as possible. And when it comes to funding, we've got the funding. So there are no questions. If I tell you that we're going to purchase your house, we're going to purchase it.
Yeah, so you heard Kimberly. We are here to help you. We know there's a lot of members in our community that we're able to help by making sure we can close the deal. So if you're ready to sell your house, give us a call. Can you give us a number, Kimberly, that they can call us at?
Yeah, you can call us at 803-592-2353.
Okay, and we look forward to hearing you soon. And I am Marissa and Kimberly, and until next time, we'll see you. Bye.